Why Joseph Prince became a liar, and he was formed against everyone that was a preacher, who obviously, thank God, Catholic priests don't follow the ways of rendition of false King James Hitler Bibles like he does. And when he made slavery, it's kind of funny, isn't it ironic? Hey, he's following the same false gods, false God, holy Bible type projection of a false holy biblical. It's hilarious. Joseph Prince is off the mark of the New Covenant. 17 quotes of the mark of the New Covenant Word of God of the Holy Bible. He was good at not alone, but under grace because he suffered it, dude. He got his butt whooped. And then finally, when he was too weak and he was like, you would have thought God was a mean old man and he was just going to punish him, he had to be merciful because he didn't have enough strength and energy left. 1. Here's what I do not want. I do not want you guys tempting me about Joseph Prince's falsified gospel rendition of thyself of Joseph Prince. Or forgive me, let me say it better. Joseph Prince's self-righteousness is filthy, dirty COVID tampon rags. It's not that he's going to catch COVID. It's a parabolic metaphor that what he's preaching is a false gospel of a disease of Esau. It's called Esau disease. He likes to be like Esau. Christ already knows that each preacher has to hear from whatever they believe in as God to continue to perform the work until the perfect day. Well, that means when it comes to Christ, they will agree with me. They're trying to do honky jumps. They're spiritual warfare terrorists right now. They hate God. I've seen this a lot. Cops have been fighting it for over almost 15 years. It's been almost 15 years. It's September 22nd, 2006. Who do you think Christ and God is from life? Are you guys not terrorists? Do you think there's something I do not want? Do I have to come back there and do I have to hit you with the Holy Bible? Do I really got to? Yeah. I'll just beat you with it by the word of God of the truth. You can't ask Christ and God to take something that people do want, assuming they do not want it. Hence, preachers, all the preachers under the sun. Joseph Prince was robbing like hell to heaven to see if he can use his government and other governmentals under the sun and backed by a false King Hitler James version Bible, which, dude, it already proclaims in their false gospel of the King James who made slavery. He can't be Esau. He was mad. He was once just like them. I used to be just like them. Oh, not mad, God. They're teaching him how to die and go to hell. Well, he just taught everybody how he's going to kill every preacher of the church and murder, death, kill him and kill their whole congregation so he could try to steal edification of the new covenant word of God. Uh-oh. But guess what? You follow a false King James Bible, it's not really the edification of the new covenant word of God. You're going to hate that one for a while until you figure out. Search out 1619, the days in which slavery started in the United States of America and when America was still controlled by England. Uh-oh. You want to know why Obama don't like your falsified God? You're following George Hitler Washington, dude, and false King Hitler James, dude. What are you doing? He's not a king in eternal heaven above. His holy name, or forgive me, Christ holy. God, give me grace. His unholy will worship be done is not agias basilius presbyteros. What that actually means in the New Covenant Word of God is holy or sacred kings as elders. And people can't control you by governmental and spiritual warfare. It's called communism, terrorism, and Satanism. That's why nobody loves you. And nor can preachers or priests or anybody under the sun. The armor of God wasn't made for you guys to make slavery. The armor of God was made for me to protect myself. Every time I put it on when I wake to pull the devil and its angels down, and at worst if I have to stab a devil Bahama fat man in the head with a knife and torque his goddamn brains to discern between soul and spirit, divide between joints and marrow, and condemn if I have to. You know what I don't do? In their new Holy Roman Empire, the United States of America today, here's what goes on. Joseph Prince is a liar. He's got a good, not a law, but under grace tweak, dude. He slammed it. He suffered it. He got hurt. And he had to use that pain and tell the gospel. But then he made up stuff. Here's mercy, grace. The number 5 is what he tries to proclaim. He says is a mercy, grace from Christ of the Old Covenant, trying to proclaim Bible at first mention. When did eternal grace ever be less than mercy, grace? Why don't you answer that? It's not that I actually lose the law-based actions aspect of anything they would say, but dude, I'm not law but under grace. If I don't follow, I don't get judged by the law, right? And God nailed on the curse through the cross through Jesus Christ, His Son, God. But here's something else I want to tell you. Joseph Prince lied to you guys about the New Covenant Word of God gospel of the Holy Bible. He proclaimed a falsified gospel in Acts 17, quotes off the mark of the New Covenant, asking Christ and God to be covetous and covetousness. Well, he doesn't believe in the real one yet. He hasn't figured out the head of his governmental. It's not from my end or even Christ of the Catholic governmental at this end. Christ of the Catholic governmental in the Philippines, where he's got a Catholic church, if he's got one. That's the only one who's ever been Christ the head of any governmental. But you don't get it from me. You guys don't get it from me. You can't get Christ the Catholic Governmental from me, nor Joseph Prince, nor TBN. It's called, you guys are all the new Holy Roman Empire churches of the era of America of the age.